Is Easy Peasy All-in-One Homeschool a good choice for your child's curriculum, or will you be making a big mistake by choosing it? Today's video will give you a complete walkthrough and review of the Easy Peasy All-in-One Homeschool program, so you can decide for yourself if this is a good curriculum or not. This is a completely free online homeschooling program that you can get started with today. As with many free programs, it's not as user-friendly as you would expect with a paid online homeschooling program. Not to worry though, if you're interested in this program, I will take you from noob to expert in about 20 minutes. So keep watching. So first, let's talk about what Easy Peasy All-in-One Homeschool is and what it is not. Easy Peasy is a full curriculum for kids from elementary school all the way through high school. The high school program does have a separate website called Easy Peasy All-in-One High School. Since it's a different website, I will cover that in an upcoming video. For this video, we will just be focusing on the original website, which has courses for pre-K, elementary, and middle school students. Now, while it is considered a full curriculum, it's going to be up to the parent to decide if this curriculum is enough to meet all of your child's academic needs. Remember, this curriculum was designed by a mom who was using it to homeschool her own children. So it's going to be up to you to really look at the courses in depth and decide if they meet your child's needs. Another thing to understand is that Easy Peasy All-in-One Homeschool is a Christian-based curriculum. Now, if you're not looking for that, you can still absolutely use this curriculum as long as you're not completely opposed to biblical and religious references. But if you're looking for a secular curriculum, this is not it. As for what Easy Peasy All-in-One Homeschool is not, it is not a school. They don't keep any records for your child. They don't have any analytics like some of the paid online homeschooling programs. So think of it more as a curriculum that is available to use online rather than an online homeschooling program. If you're still with me, let's take a closer look at the course offerings. You can see here that they have preschool, language arts, computer, math, Bible, art, and several other subjects. We'll take a look at these more in depth in a minute. So let's get started looking at this site. You can see here they have a quick start guide on the main page. They have a video here and some other information that is meant to help familiarize you with the website. They also have a placement guide, which I will show you in a little bit. What I want to point out here is the walkthrough that they have. This is a really useful tool to familiarize yourself with the website. Let's do it together. Okay, so the first thing I want to show you here is the walkthrough that Easy Peasy All-in-One Homeschool provides for you. So we're going to take a look at that. You get there by clicking Quick Start Guide on the main page, then this link here, and then up here, this link for walkthrough. So you can enter any name here because it's just a walkthrough. And any level, try this. And it wants to remind you that they are not a school. They're not going to keep any records or things like that. Click continue. And this is basically what the main students page is going to look like every day. This would be your child's name here instead of test. And this here shows the day that you would be on. So when you're first starting out, it's gonna be 1. And then each of these represents the different courses that your child would be working on. And then this is how they open up a course. And when they do that, the color changes to show that they have looked at it. Now, if your child has completed their assignment, they're going to click this button. This is what basically prepares it for you as the parent to review. Now, once you have talked to your child about it, reviewed it, and you decide that it is complete, you would click the check mark. If it's not complete and you want them to keep working on it, you would click the X. Then if now you've talked again and they have now completed it, you would click the check mark. When it's complete for the day, it awards points. So these are points that really don't mean anything. You decide what they mean. So you don't have to do anything at all with the points, or you can come up with some sort of system if you like that, a certain amount of points means something, maybe an ice cream or, some time on their tablet or a day off school or whatever you choose. It's up to you. So they want us to mark all these assignments now complete for the day. And now this green check mark appears once you have marked all of the assignments complete for the day. So if we click this, we're ready for the next day's lessons. If you click on a lesson here, it's going to bring you to the course page. So here, lesson 8, if you scroll to the top, you see this is the entire pre-algebra course page. In the middle of the day's work, they have this time for a break button. And it will bring you to something like this, a dance exercise break. So that's just a little something your kid can do in the middle of their lessons. Now they want us to take a look at the parent settings. So it's at the bottom of the page here. So your child's name would be here. It wouldn't say test. You can set up multiple children, and if you do that, this is where you switch student. And then over here, it's just wanting to explain to you what this means and this here. Below here, you can mark the day complete from this page. So if you don't want to go through and mark all the lessons complete and just mark the whole day complete, you can do it here by clicking this check mark. You can also change the day number. We're up to 9 here. You want to put it back to 1. You can do that. And you can change the points that are earned. It doesn't have to be whatever is set here. This is the student section here. So you can edit a student and change the name. You can change the color here. And now it brings us back to this page where we can start setting up the courses. So we start by this button here, which says set level and theme. So you're going to pick a level. This is obviously something that can be adjusted later. You can also adjust the levels for the different subjects. They don't have to all be the same. So this is just a place to start. So we'll go with 5. And then they also have themes here. So basically you pick a theme for all of your children for the year. So we'll just pick this. Okay, so now it's letting you know that you can use the placement guides and the placement test, which I'm going to show you in a little bit, to figure out what is the best level for your child in these courses. So you don't have to go by just one same level for everything. So here's where the placement guide is. And this is something that you can certainly read through. They have placement guides for each of these different subjects. And they have the placement test, which I'm going to show you in a little bit. So here are all the courses. If you want to remove a course, you just press X and it's gone. If you want to learn about the course description, you can do that by clicking here, and it's going to explain what reading level 5 is all about. So you can read through that. It's got all the lessons. So if you want to move a level up or down, you can do this or this. You also can move the course order to change, what they start with. So you can do that here. And they want to just point out that this is a once a week course and this is a once a week course. So not every course is going to take place every day. At the bottom of the page here is a list of unused courses. So if you want to put math back in that we had deleted, just click on it here. And then they have this extras page. So you can add additional course blocks here. And here, if you click on parent add-ons, you could come up with your own course and add it here. Over here are the links to the different menu items, help using this page, account, info, updates, and the Easy Peasy store. The Easy Peasy store has Printables, which are the worksheets that go with each lesson, which you don't have to purchase. You can print them out yourself, but if you prefer to have them printed for you, you can purchase them here. They also have parent guides and workbooks if you prefer to do some offline work. So here's what the store looks like, and you can click to show offline or online. And at this point, you're done with the walkthrough. If you are ready to create your account and register, you would click here. If you're not quite ready yet, you can just close it. I'm not going to create the account yet because I still want to show you that placement test. So we'll just click close for now. So that's the walkthrough, but if you didn't follow it completely, don't worry. We'll take a closer look at how your child will go through their lessons in a little bit. But first, let me show you the placement test. This is really where you should start so you have a better idea of which levels your child should be at for the different subjects. Okay, so now let's take a look at the placement test. You get there from the main page by clicking placement guides and then placement test. And this only works for up to 7th level. I'm just gonna pick something random just to show you what it's like. The questions are different based on which age and level you choose. So they have 3 tests: math, language arts, and reading. So we'll start with math. And so it's going to ask some questions. Obviously, have your child do this test by themselves without your help so you can get an accurate assessment. I'll try to get one of these wrong just so we see what happens. Get another one wrong. Okay, so based on my answers, it's recommending level 1, which is a level below what I selected, and it's going to show you what you got wrong. And it's going to have a little more information. We'll get there in a minute, but let's go back and do the other placement tests. You're going to do reading. Reading next. And so this is, based again on the level that I chose. So these tests will definitely be different if you pick a different level. And these are, your child's supposed to read this and click on the words they don't know. So we'll just pick some random words. And this is, read it and answer the question. I'm just going to pick a random one so I don't have to read it. All right, so based on my test, they put us in level 1 here. It's going to show what was wrong. And we're going to do the last one, and then we can take a look at the results. So we still got language arts. And just going to try to get some of these wrong. Spelled bike wrong. Oops. There we go. All right, so based on those answers, they've also put us in level 1. So let's go back and see the results. Here are our results. So we said we were 6, grade 2, but based on our answers, it's recommending level 1 for all of these. So that's just a quick look at the placement test. Obviously, as I said, it's going to be different based on the grade and age that you choose. And I've taken it before and have seen that if you get everything right, and you might recommend a higher level than you've chosen, it doesn't always recommend that level or lower. So it is pretty good. Again, you can also read all of those placement guides for more information. So if you want more information about where your child should be placed, in addition to the placement test, you can also read all of these placement guides. It's going to tell you your child's ready for first grade, or first level as they're calling it, if they can recognize numbers to 100. They're ready for second if they can add and subtract small numbers and do basic fractions. They're ready for third, and so on and so forth. So the placement guides are helpful in addition to the placement test. Okay, so now that your child has taken the placement test and you understand what level they should be in for those subjects, it's time to set up your account and have your child start on their lessons. So let's get our account set up and see what it looks like from the student's point of view. Before we do that, I just want to take a moment to say that if you are enjoying this video, please consider subscribing to my channel. I publish homeschool review videos like this every week. So if you don't want to miss out on my upcoming videos, including my full review of Easy Peasy All-in-One High School, don't forget to click subscribe. Now let's take a closer look at the program and how it all works. Okay, so now let's go through getting set up together, just a little bit more in depth, looking at what the lessons are like, things like that. So you would start out by clicking My EP at the top. And if you hadn't already created an account, this is where you would do that. I'm not going to log in because I already have an account and it already has information in. And one thing is, if you go through the walkthrough, it saves all those settings, even if you didn't click register at the end. So I went ahead and cleared out all the site data so that it would be right from scratch. So we're just going to hit enter as guest just so I can show you. But if you were doing this, it would be the time to register for your free account. So it's going to say student one. So we're going to just click here. And this is what it would look like, brand new from scratch without ever having been to this website. So start on day one. Everything is level 1. So we're going to change all of that. So we're going to go to the bottom and we're going to go to the parent settings. So this is where you can do all of the things you need to do to get it set up the way you want it. So first thing, we want to make a name for our child. We can change their name from student 1 to their name. And then you can change the color here if you want. You can add an additional student here if you have more than one child. And now we're going to do the course selection. So you start by set level and theme. Now this is assuming you already have done the placement test or read through those placement guides so you know what level you want to do. Now you'll remember it was level 1 for all of the placement tests I did. So we're just going to click that. And then you pick a theme for the year here. This would be the same for all of your children. Okay, so now it's got everything set up there. If you want to be a little more fancy, you can move things up or down a level here. You can do whatever you want with this stuff. And then you can also remove something, like, for instance, if you don't want to do the Bible study portion. And you can change the order. Maybe they want to start with reading instead of math. Maybe they want to do computers before language arts. So whatever you want to do there. Here are the additional things you can add. You can also go to that extras page that we saw in the walkthrough, and the parent add-ons, where you would go to do that special parent created course if you so choose. But let's just see what the lessons are like. So we've got day 1. These are the lessons that we have decided, or the courses that we have decided our child should take, set to the levels we want them to be at, set in the order we want them to be at. So we're all set. We're going to hit save and go to Amanda's page. Okay, so now here I am. I'm Amanda. I'm the student. This is what my page is going to look like. My very first day here. I don't have any points yet. It says day 1. So to start work, I'm going to open up my lesson. It's going to change color to show that I have viewed it. And this is what a lesson looks like. For lesson 1, it's always going to tell you this, welcome to your first day of school. It's going to say that on all lesson 1s. What you're going to do is you're going to go through as the student, and then here's your first thing to do. Listen to Horton Hatches an Egg. So I'm going to click this link. And this is bringing you to something that is on YouTube. So that's something to note, that not all of the lessons are within the Easy Peasy website. So that's something you need to be aware of.
Horton Hatches the Egg. Written by Dr. Zeus and illustrations by Dr. Zeus. Narrate.
And when they were done, they would go back to their assignments page. And then it's going to tell you other things to do. Draw a picture of the story, say what you thought of Horton, what you thought of Maisie. And then down here it says this is the end of your work for this course for your first day. So the child would click this when they were done. And then you as the parent would decide to check this. And then that gives them 100 points. They're done with their reading lesson for the day. Now they're going to go and do their math lesson. So again, and this is, you can notice sometimes in the lessons it has notes for parents and then notes for students. So your child for here would actually start with this. It says choose a game from Math 2 edition. So click that. And here are the games. So pick this. All right, so some of these are actually within the website and some are not. This here is. So okay, so now they've played the game. So they go back to their assignments and then continue on and do the rest. And that's how their day would go. So then they'd go on to language arts. Then they would take a break. Then they would do ancient history, biology, and music. And then in the parent settings here, if you wanted to just mark the whole day complete, you can do that. You can change the points if you want. And there you go. And now it would be on day 2. So now go back to the students page and they'd be on day 2 for the next day. So that's basically what it looks like from the student's perspective. The last thing I just want to show you is where you can go to print out all of the printables that you need for the whole course. And again, you can buy them in the store, but if you would rather print them yourself, this is how you can do that. So you're back on the main page and you're going to go to courses, and let's look at the math. We are in Math 1. And over here, print the Math 1 printables. And it's going to open up this PDF file for you. You can see that it's 32 pages. And so you can go ahead and print this for your child to have for the year for this course, so you don't have to buy it. Now, if you don't have a printer or you don't want to use your ink, that is where you would be able to buy this and have it printed by someone else, but it's the same thing. So it is completely free. You do not have to pay for this. Okay, so that takes care of pretty much everything you need to know about the Easy Peasy all-in-one homeschool program for elementary and middle school. Before we get to my honest review, there are just a few more things that I want to point out that may be helpful to you as you familiarize yourself with this program. You can find more information like this in the frequently asked questions portion of their website. Number one, I want to mention that there are numerous Facebook groups dedicated to Easy Peasy all-in-one homeschool. This can be a great resource to ask questions and connect with other families who are using this curriculum for their children. So if you're on Facebook and you decide to use this curriculum, it can't hurt to join one of these groups. Number two, the password for the answers section of the website. If you want to check the answers for your child, that password is parents only, one word. So don't get it confused with the password that you use to access the website. They do mention this in the FAQs, but just in case you missed it. Number three, there are no tests. They do not keep track of any grades or assessments for your child. Record keeping is up to you, especially if you live in an area where you're required to keep records. So this is something to keep in mind. As they state on their website, Easy Peasy all-in-one homeschool is a curriculum resource, not a school. Number four, this curriculum does not align with Common Core standards. Whether you think this is a good thing or a bad thing is for you to determine, but it's important to know. I also want to quickly show you the EP store. Remember, you can use the entire Easy Peasy curriculum for free and do not need to purchase anything. If you want to, here is what they have to offer. The printables for the online courses are just a way for you to basically have the offline worksheets printed for you. They are reasonably priced, so if you don't feel like printing things yourself, you can do this. Otherwise, you can just print everything you need yourself. They also sell books and workbooks to work offline, which you can buy here. But this is extra stuff that is not necessary at all to be able to use this curriculum. And now, time for my honest review. First, the things I like about it. Well, for one, it's free. Homeschooling can be expensive, so it's really amazing that a completely free curriculum like this exists. I also like that it is a complete curriculum. You don't need to add anything else unless you want to. All the subjects that you could want in a homeschool program are covered. I also like how simple it is to set up and use. Spend a few hours familiarizing yourself with the site and you're good to go. That's pretty amazing. I like that your child can start any day of the year and just call it day one. I also like that you can have your child working at different levels for different subjects, which is one of the main benefits of homeschooling. Lastly, I like the community aspect. There are many families using this program, and being able to connect with them on Facebook is pretty great. Now for the things I don't like. The biggest drawback for me is that it was created by one person. And they obviously have put a lot of work into this over the years, and the curriculum is wonderful. But you really have to trust that this person knew what they were doing and designed the right courses. So before choosing this curriculum, it's really important to read through all of the course information so you can decide for yourself if this is the curriculum that you want to go with. Because there are honestly so many curriculums out there, and also so many different teaching styles out there. You don't have to just do school at home. And if you decide to, you don't want to just pick a curriculum because it's free. Your kids have to enjoy doing it. If they do and they're getting value out of it, that's amazing. But if you are taking this sort of school at home approach, be sure to review several curriculums before deciding on one. And that leads me to another thing that I don't necessarily like about this website. And that is that they don't have any analytics or records information or anything like that. So even though you will see this website come up in lots of searches for online homeschooling programs, it really isn't that. It's an online curriculum. So you need to be really involved as the parent if you choose this homeschool program, which I think is a good thing. But for busy parents looking for a complete online homeschooling program, this is probably not it. If you found this video helpful, Please let me know by giving it a like or leaving a comment. Thank you so much for watching.